Hello everyone, Nikita here. In this presentation, I am going to discuss organolithium compounds. So, the presentation will cover introduction of organolithium compounds, the preparation methods, different chemical reaction with specifically deprotonation, nucleophilic addition reactions for the organolithium addition to the carbonyl compounds, imines, cyanides, isocyanides, and some industrial important reaction of organolithium compounds. As we all know, lithium is an alkali earth metal and the compounds which contain the carbon to lithium chemical bonds are known as organolithium reagents. It can be represented as RLI or RLI raised to the power, it can be represented like this. It shows that it can be present in polymeric form. Here the R group can be alkyl, alkenyl or aryl groups. Because of the difference in the electronegativity between the carbon and Li, the bond shows the ionic nature. Around 80 to 90% ionicity is present in organolithium compounds, so they behave as a good nucleophile as well as strong base. The organolithium compounds can prepare with different methods. First, we can reduce the alkyl halide using the lithium. So here the alkyl halide can be reduced with the lithium. This reaction requires a very low temperature as well as inert atmosphere. So lithium will reduce this alkyl halides to convert into organolithium compounds. This reaction gives lesser yield if we use the pure lithium metal. So in presence of sodium with lithium metal in slight amount around 0.02% to 2%, it can be used, which helps to initiate the reaction and increases the reduction reaction. So we can increase the yield of the organolithium compounds by using the sodium in lithium metal. The reactivity of alkyl halides towards the formation of organolithium is in order of alkyl iodide reacts faster in compared to the alkyl bromide and alkyl chlorides. The next method is halogen metal exchange. This method is well suited for the compounds which contain the sp2 hybridized atom. So here the alkyl halide can be treated. Here the alkyl halide can be treated with the different organolithium compounds and convert into organolithium compounds. So here the lithium is exchanged with this halogen. So we are exchanging the two different alkyl group, or we are exchanging the metal with halogen. So we are obtaining our desired organolithium compound here. Suppose we are taking the phenyl bromide which is treated with the butyl lithium. So this will react and provide the phenyl lithium and butyl bromide will be released. This reaction shows that here halogen is exchanged with the lithium metal. Why this is going in the right side direction of the reaction? Because there is a driving force going in this reaction. In the butyl lithium, this carbon having the negative charge has a sp3 hybridized carbon, like here we have shown, because it is a saturated molecule. When this is replaced by the X group which is present on the sp2 hybridized carbon, so what will happen? This X will replace by the lithium. Here we will get the sp2 carbanion. So percentage S character is higher in sp2 carbanion. It can stabilize the carbanion. So due to the stability of sp2 carbanion in compared to the sp3 carbanion, the reaction will form the sp2 hybridized organolithiums. The other method is metallation reaction. By the metallation reaction, we can form the different organolithium reagent. This is also known as lithium hydrogen exchange or lithiation reaction. Here, the organolithium reagents reacts with the compounds which contain the acidic protons and replaces that acidic proton by lithium metal. So we can form different organolithium reagent by the metallation reaction. Here we have taken the phenyl lithium with cyclopentadiene. So because there is two hydrogen present which are acidic, in nature. So this will replace this hydrogen by the lithium atom and we'll get the benzene here. In a similar manner, we can form the different organolithium. Here we have taken this molecule and this will react with the ethyl lithium. So what will happen, because ethyl, in compared to ethyl lithium, there is a more acidic hydrogen present here, so it will replace by the lithium metal and we will get the ethane as well as the new organolithium compound can be formed here. If we are using some aromatic compound having some substituents and this can treat it with the butyl lithium, then the lithiation will occur to the ortho position with respect to the substituent, and it will depend on the substituent. Usually the alkoxy group, amines group can direct the groups at direct the lithiation at ortho with respect to the substituent. Similarly, in case of heteroaromatic compounds like thiophene, if we are treating these compounds with butyl lithium or any other organolithium, then they will direct the lithium atom at ortho position with respect to this heteroatom. So here the lithium will exchange this hydrogen atom and forms this new organolithium compound. After preparation of desired organolithium compounds, we can look towards the chemical properties of organolithium reagents. First, we are going to discuss the deprotonation reaction. Deprotonation reaction is the similar in form of lithiation or lithium hydrogen exchange reaction. Here, organolithium reagents behaves as a base. They abstract the proton from the more acidic compounds and forms the alkane. The examples can be included alkyl lithium, where we can use butyl lithium, tertiary butyl lithium or different lithium alkyl amides. If the R group becomes bulky, like in lithium diisopropylamide or lithium hexamethyl disalicylide, so because of the higher bulkier nature of the alkyl groups present there, they cannot be used as a nucleophile, but they are more selective towards the deprotonation reaction. Here we have taken some example for the deprotonation reactions. Organolithiums are sensitive towards the moisture. If they are treated with the water or in presence of moisture, they breaks down and forms the hydrocarbon molecule. Similarly, if we are taking the terminal alkynes like acetylene like molecule, because of the higher acidic nature of sp hybridized carbon, this hydrogen will be taken with the butyl lithium and we will get the sp hybridized organolithium reagents. Similarly, if 1,3-dithiene is treated with the butyl lithium, so because of the acidic nature of this proton, this will form the lithiated 1,3-dithiene, which is a very useful reagent to prepare the carbonyl compounds. Here, if these reagents can react with this alkyl iodide, then because of the nucleophilic nature of this carbon and lithium is a positive charge, so this negative ion will attack on this alkyl group and iodide will replace. So what will happen here, the alkylation will occur. On the further hydrolysis, it will provide the keto groups or aldehyde groups. Similarly, we can treat, instead of alkyl iodide, these lithiated 1,3-dithiene can further react with the aromatic compounds and provide the acylene groups. In the next reaction, we have taken the ethene. In presence of ethene, if it is reacted with the butyl lithium, it provides a polymer. But if we use the donor ligand tetramethyl ethylene diamine, which forms a chelation with the compound and forms the organolithium compounds. So similar manner, when the benzene reacts with the lithium, do not produce directly phenyl lithium, but in presence of DMPU or TMEDA like donor ligands or chelating ligands, it can provide the phenyl lithium. Now coming to the nucleophilic addition reaction, we can say the carbonyl compound here, carbon has electronegativity around 2.5 and oxygen has the more electronegativity in compared to the carbon. So bond always moves towards the oxygen due to the polar nature. and high electronegativity of oxygen takes up the electron. So carbon here behaves as an electrophile, but in compared to the carbon in organolithium compounds, carbon has high electronegativity in compared to the lithium. So bond will move towards the carbon. So it behaves as a nucleophile in organolithium reagent. So this nucleophile can attack even on the carbon and forms the alcohols. Now we'll see the reaction for the aldehyde and ketones for the organolithium. Here we have taken the aldehyde, which is treated with the organolithium compound. So this R negative part will goes to this carbon, because here it is negative and lithium is positive, and here the bond will move like this. So it will attack the nucleophile is adding on the electrophilic carbonyl of aldehyde and ketone, and we'll get this adduct, which on the hydrolysis will provide the alcohol. If we are treating the formaldehyde with organolithium, then we will get the primary alcohol. Instead of formaldehyde, any other aldehyde will provide the secondary alcohol. In the similar fashion, ketone can react with the organolithium, and this R will further add in a nucleophilic addition. By the nucleophilic addition to the ketone, we'll get this adduct. On the hydrolysis, this will provide this bond will break and it will provide the tertiary alcohols. The benefit with the organolithium reagents are that they can react with the hindered ketone and they can provide the tertiary alcohols. So here we have taken the example where the carbonyl is attached with the two tertiary butyl groups. So there is a hindrance occurring towards the carbonyl group. And further, the tertiary butyl lithium reacts with this carbonyl compound and it can react with the direct addition reaction. So it will provide some finally 3-degree alcohol. Though alkyl magnesium halides cannot react in this manner with the hindered ketones. So it is a benefit of the organolithium reagents towards the hindered ketone. And they have the high reactivity even in compared to the alkyl magnesium halides. Organolithium reagents can react with the alpha beta unsaturated ketones, and usually they add in a direct addition reaction. So that means they add on the carbonyl compound, keeping intact as the alkene or olefinic group. So here if we are taking as the alpha beta unsaturated molecule with the methyl lithium, so CH3 will goes to this carbon and O negative will form. On further hydrolysis, it will provide the alcohol. But if we are taking some of the coordinating ligand or any donor molecules are present in the reaction, then they can provide the conjugated addition instead of 1-2 addition reaction. So we have taken one case for this. Here we have taken the enone-like species, this is alpha beta unsaturated ketone, and here we have taken the organolithium reagent. So if we are using simply THF solvent, then the reaction will give the only 1-2 adduct as a major product, or even the only product will form as a 1-2 addition product. But if we are using the HMPA as a donor ligand, then this is as shown as the HMPA. This is hexamethylene phosphoramide, which will solvate the lithium ion and weakens the bond of the OLI. This bond will be weakened. So we will get the 1,4 addition product as a major product. Here we can see the 1,4 addition product will be major if we are using the any donor ligand. Now coming to the stereoselectivity part, if cyclohexanone-like structures are treated with the organolithium reagents, then the organolithium usually attacks with the equatorial position. So this O negative will goes towards the axial position. So we will get the axial alcohols as a major product. If the alkyl group is going to be bulkier in nature, then the axial alcohols ratio is also increased. Similarly, if we have not added any additive, then the axial ratio is 65 to 35%. But adding the lithium chloride in slight amount, it raises the percentage of axial alcohol in a huge amount. Organolithiums can react with the carbon monoxide or carbon disulfide and can form the carboxylic acids and thioacids. Here we can see when organolithium reacts with the carbon monoxide, what will happen? This will attack on this carbon and this will attack on this Li. So we'll get this adduct. For the hydrolysis, will provide this bond will break and we'll get the acid. Similarly, in carbon disulfide, the organolithium reacts and will provide the thioacid. If here this is a acid lithium reaction, if acids are reacting with the lithium, then acid base reaction will take place and we'll get this similar structure. If it is treated with further organolithium reagent, then it will attack on this carbon and it will forms this structure. On further hydrolysis, it will provide the ketone. So when organolithium reacts with the acid, they forms the ketone. Organolithium reacts with the ketenes or isocyanate in the nucleophilic addition manner, and this R negative parts will goes to the carbonyl carbon in ketenes and this bond will moves here. So we'll get the enolates. These enolate will be hydrolyzed. So here the bond will break and will provide the enols, which can tautomerize to give the ketone species. So ketenes and isocyanates reacts in this manner, similar to the carbonyl compounds, and they provides the product. Here we have taken the isocyanate molecule where the carbonyl is having the positive charge because of the electronegative nature of oxygen. This carbon will attack on this group. So we'll get this intermediate, which in further hydrolysis will here this will provide the OH ion, and because of the instability of double bond in OH, it will convert into amide. So this is a very useful method where we can use the isocyanate in organolithiums and can form the different secondary amides. Now coming to the reaction for imines. Imines are those molecules which contains a carbon double bond nitrogen. Here we have taken this imine structure and some organolithium. So what will happen, this carbon negative will attack on the electrophilic carbon and this nitrogen will takes its electron. So we will get this adduct, which in hydrolysis this bond will break and we will get the amines. So imines reaction on the organolithium reagent will form the amines. Similarly, if we have the aromatic compounds having the C double bond N, so they can be treated like in form of imines. Here we have taken the pyridine, which treated on the organolithium compound similarly reacts in form of organolithium. So what will happen, this carbon negative will attack here and this bond will move here. So we will get the lithiated adduct. But because it is unstable in presence of even air, it will again convert into aromatic structure by releasing the hydride ion. So we will get the alkyl pyridine. This is a useful method by which we can synthesize the substituted pyridines. Now coming to the reaction of the cyanides with cyanides and isocyanide, or we can say the reaction of organolithium with nitriles and isonitriles. Here we have taken the example of benzonitrile, or any alkyl group can be used here, that is treated with the butyl lithium. So what will happen, this butyl group will goes to this carbon and this will goes to this electron will move towards this nitrogen. So we'll get this adduct here, and if we hydrolyze this, we'll get the imines like structure here. Further, if this will treated with the organolithium reagent, what will happen, because of the here the alpha hydrogen present, so acid base reaction will be the competitive reaction if any alpha hydrogen is present in imines. So here we are doing only hydrolysis part and we are getting the ketones, but this bond will break in here we'll get the hydrogen and oxygen, so ammonia will be released here. Now organolithium can react in the isonitrile species and can form the imine derivatives. This is the isocyanate structure where the carbon has the complete octet. While when this nitrogen will takes its electron, then this shows the carbene like character. So here's the carbon has the electrophile in nature. When organolithium reacts with the isocyanate, we will get the lithiumines. This R will attack on this carbon here, or we can say this carbon will, R negative will goes to this carbon, this bond will be taken up by this, so we'll get this species lithiumines. This can further treated with any other electrophile. So what will happen, this lithium will replaced by these electrophiles. We'll look towards the more reaction for the isonitriles, where the lithiumines can be treated with different electrophile. Here we have taken from the isocyanates, we have prepared organolithium has react with the alkyl isonitrile and forms the lithiumines. They can be hydrolyzed. So what will happen, in the hydrolysis, first this will hydrolyze and provides this hydrogen, and further hydrolysis here this amines will be as a side product and we'll get this ketones. Now if we are treating this lithiumines with CO2, so organolithium can react with the CO2 and forms the acid. So here we'll get the acid molecule, and further on the hydrolysis we'll get the amines. So we'll get this product. Similarly, if this lithiumines can be treated with any alkyl halide, and further on hydrolysis they can provide the carbonyl compounds. This alkyl iodide, this here this ET is coming from this ethyl iodide, and we'll getting on the hydrolysis this will produce the amines as well as carbonyl compound. Here we have taken the aromatic aldehydes. Further, this organolithium compounds can react with the aromatic aldehyde in a similar fashion like nucleophilic addition reactions. So what will happen, this carbon negative and this lithium will be positive, so this will attack on this carbon. So we'll get, and further hydrolysis will provide this aromatic compound. So on aldehydes, reaction with the organolithium reagents provides the alcohol. So here we are getting the secondary alcohols, or even we can say this is the acetone because this the carbonyl group is present at the alpha position to the OH groups. So we'll get we can get the different product using the isocyanates with the organolithium reagents. Now coming to the industrial application, butyl lithium is widely used in synthetic rubber industry. They are a very good catalyst which initiate the reaction and forms the polymer. So they are used in the butadiene, styrene rubbers. Here we can say they are used as a polymerization catalyst. So the N-butyl lithium is treated with the styrene and forms the living polystyrene. In the propagation step, the reaction goes on, and we can terminate the reaction in different manner. So it forms the polymer or the block copolymer. Butyl lithium is used mainly for the polymerization of different type of olefinic moieties. Here we have also taken one example where the 5-bromopyridine is used treated with the butyl lithium. So what will happen, this metal halogen exchange reaction takes place and we'll get this organolithium, which on treating with this aryl ketone will form the phenaremol. How the reaction takes place, this is organolithium, so this negative charge electron will goes, this phenyl group will goes here, this O negative Li will form, and hydrolysis this will provide us OH ion. So this phenaremol is a fungicide which helps to control the growth of mildew. So organolithium reagents can be used widely in different pharmaceutical products, different natural products, different drug synthesis also takes different step, and they use the different type of organolithium reagents there. So they have the wide variety of application in organic synthesis. Thank you.